Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something that hits close to home for a lot of us, that nagging feeling that we're just bad with money. Maybe you struggle to save, maybe you always seem to have more month than money, or maybe you just feel like you're constantly one step behind, no matter how hard you try. If that sounds familiar, I want you to listen closely, because I am here to tell you something that might change your perspective entirely. You're not bad with money. You're just playing the wrong game. Think about it. From the moment we start learning about money, what are we told? Get a good job, work hard, save your pennies, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to retire comfortably when you reach 65 or 70. This is the traditional money game. It's the game our parents and grandparents played. It's a game of scarcity, of slow and steady accumulation, of trading your most valuable asset, your time, for a paycheck. The rules are simple: budget meticulously, cut back on lattes, and put whatever is left into a savings account that barely keeps up with inflation. And for a long time, that game kind of worked, but the world has changed. The cost of living has skyrocketed, job security is a thing of the past, and the very idea of a pension sounds like something out of a history book for many people. Playing by the old rules in today's economic environment is like trying to win a soccer match by following the rules of basketball. You'll run yourself ragged, you'll feel like you're failing, and you'll never score a goal. It's not that you're a bad player, you're just on the wrong field. So what's the new game? The new game is about abundance, not scarcity. It's about leverage, not just hard work. It's about creating systems that make money for you, instead of you constantly working for money. This is the game of the investor, the creator, the entrepreneur. It's a complete mindset shift from being a consumer to being a producer. Let's break down the difference. In the old game, your income is mostly active. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. If you stop working, the money stops. Your primary financial tool is saving. You try to build a pile of cash by spending less than you earn. Your goal is to accumulate enough to eventually stop working in the distant future. This path is linear and, frankly, incredibly slow. In the new game, the focus is on building multiple streams of income, especially passive or semi-passive ones. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about creating assets that generate cash flow. An asset can be a lot of things. It could be a rental property that brings in monthly rent. It could be a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks that deposits money into your account. It could be an online course you created once that sells over and over again. It could even be a YouTube channel like this one. The key is that you decouple your time from your income. You do the work upfront to create the asset, and then the asset continues to work for you, sometimes for years, with minimal ongoing effort. Your primary financial tool isn't just saving, it's investing. You don't just put money aside, you put money to work. Every dollar becomes a tiny employee, sent out into the world to earn more dollars for you. Let's take a simple example. Person A plays the old game. They earn $50,000 a year. They're an expert budgeter and manage to save 10% of their income, which is $5,000. They put it in a high-yield savings account earning, let's say, 4% interest. After a year, they have their $5,000 plus $200 in interest. Not bad. Now, let's look at person B, who decides to play the new game. They also earn $50,000 a year and save the same $5,000. But instead of just parking it in a savings account, they decide to invest it. They spend time learning about index funds, which historically have returned an average of around 8 to 10% per year over the long term. Let's be conservative and say they get an 8% return. After 1 year, they have their $5,000 plus $400 in growth. That's double what person A earned in interest. But it gets even better. Person B doesn't stop there. They realize they can create an asset. They love to bake, so they spend a few weekends developing an ebook with their best recipes. They put it online for $10. In the first year, they sell 20 copies a month. That's an extra $200 a month, or $2,400 a year, from something they created once. Now, they have more money to invest, accelerating their journey even further. They're not just saving, they're building income-generating machines. This is the fundamental shift. The old game teaches you to be afraid of money, to hoard it. The new game teaches you to see money as a tool, something to be deployed strategically to build a life of freedom and choice. It's about moving from a defensive financial strategy to an offensive one. So how do you start playing this new game? It begins with education. You don't have to become a Wall Street guru overnight. Start by reading. Read The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Read The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. Listen to podcasts. Watch videos from trusted financial creators. The goal isn't to become an expert in everything, but to understand the basic principles of investing and asset creation. The first step for most people is to start investing, even if it's small. Open a brokerage account and start putting a little bit of money each month into a low-cost, broad market index fund like one that tracks the S&P 500. Think of it as your first, tiny, money-making machine. The amount doesn't matter as much as the habit. $20 a month is better than zero. The power of compound interest is a real-life superpower, but it needs time to work its magic. The sooner you start, the more powerful it becomes. Next, start thinking like a creator. What skills, knowledge, or passions do you have that other people might find valuable? Can you teach something? Can you build something? Can you create content? We live in the age of the internet, where the barrier to entry for creating a digital asset is lower than it has ever been in human history. You don't need a factory or a huge loan. You just need a laptop, an internet connection, and an idea. Maybe you're great at organizing. You could start a small side business helping people declutter their homes. Maybe you're an expert at a particular video game. You could stream on Twitch or create tutorial videos. Maybe you love to write. You could start a blog or a newsletter on Substack. The goal isn't necessarily to quit your job tomorrow. The goal is to build a small, second stream of income. That extra income can then be funneled directly into your investments, creating a powerful wealth-building feedback loop. This brings me to the most important point, changing your mindset about failure. In the old game, a financial mistake feels catastrophic. You overspent your budget, and now you feel like a failure. In the new game, mistakes are just data. They're learning opportunities. Your first attempt at an online business might not work. Your first stock pick might go down. That's okay. It's part of the process. Every successful entrepreneur and investor has a long list of failures behind them. The difference is, they didn't see them as stop signs. They saw them as lessons. They adjusted their strategy and tried again. You are not your credit score. You are not the number in your bank account. Those are just metrics in a game, and if the game you're playing is making you feel stressed, anxious, and poor, it's time to change the game. Stop playing the game of defense, of scarcity, of just trying to survive. Start playing the game of offense, of abundance, of building and creating. Shift your focus from just saving to investing. Shift your identity from just a consumer to a creator and an owner. Start small, stay consistent, and never stop learning. You lines be amazed at how quickly things can change when you realize you're not bad with money. You've just been playing on hard mode with an outdated rulebook. It's time to learn the new rules and start winning. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this sparked a new way of thinking for you. If it did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content that helps you build a life of financial freedom. Let me know in the comments what your first step will be to start playing the new game. See you in the next one.